Welcome to my channel. I talk about AI, tech, and stocks daily. So I asked AI to tell me why Trump won over Kamala Harris from a financial policy point of view, and let me tell you, the AI really had some interesting insights. First up, according to AI, it's all about the economy. Inflation, interest rates, and rising costs of everyday goods were top of mind for voters. Trump's business-first approach really resonated here. He campaigned hard on cutting taxes and regulations, promising to bring back what he calls the golden era of American prosperity. Trump's exact words were, "I'm going to make America wealthier, stronger, and prouder than ever before." For many people, this kind of action-oriented language really hit home, especially when it was compared to Kamala Harris's focus on social and environmental issues. Now here's where it gets interesting. AI pointed out that we could already see markets reacting in the months leading up to the election. Financials, energy, and industrials, sectors that usually benefit from lower taxes and fewer regulations, were steadily gaining, while green energy stocks, which would have seen more support under Harris, were a bit more volatile. AI said this was a telltale sign that investors were betting on Trump's potential return to office. Then, there's the regulatory angle. Kamala Harris had campaigned on increased oversight, particularly in tech, with promises to tighten data privacy rules, enforce stricter antitrust measures, and implement environmental standards that would impact various sectors. Meanwhile, Trump's stance was almost the opposite. He wanted to reduce restrictions and make things easier for American businesses. He's quoted as saying, "We are going to make America the most business-friendly country in the world." This shift appealed not just to corporations, but also to the broader market. According to AI, the idea of fewer regulatory hurdles sent a wave of optimism through investors, especially in the tech sector, which has faced increased scrutiny over the past few years. Now, let's talk crypto because this was a surprise. Back in 2019, Trump was no fan of Bitcoin, famously tweeting that cryptocurrencies were based on thin air. Fast forward to now, and we've got a 180-degree shift. He recently announced plans to make the US the crypto capital of the world, with some bold proposals, like creating a national Bitcoin reserve and forming a Bitcoin and crypto advisory council within his first 100 days. And AI pointed out that his team is even talking about replacing SEC Chair Gary Gensler, who's been seen as tough on crypto. Trump's policies could bring less regulation and more freedom for crypto projects, and that's got the market excited. Now, AI didn't just stop at crypto, it also looked at international relations. Harris had emphasized environmental cooperation with global partners, but Trump has taken a more isolationist stance. He's been vocal about bringing manufacturing jobs back to the US and prioritizing American-made. This message resonated with voters who felt that globalization has hurt American workers. And interestingly, stocks in domestic manufacturing and industrial sectors have shown strong performance, with some like Caterpillar and John Deere seeing gains of up to 10% in recent months as markets anticipated Trump's policies. Here's another insight AI shared. The exit poll numbers paint a clear picture. Nearly 70% of voters over 50 leaned toward Trump, and 60% of independents backed him. And when asked about their top concern, over 50% cited the economy. AI says that for these voters, Trump's promises of economic stability and job growth were more appealing than Harris's focus on progressive issues. This shift in focus hit a nerve with middle America, rural voters, and those in areas hit hardest by inflation. And how did the markets react right after the election? Well, the Dow Jones and S&P 500 both saw a major spike, with tech and energy stocks leading the gains. AI says this shows that investors are expecting less regulatory pressure on tech and potentially more domestic energy production, which would benefit oil and gas companies. Trump has even promised to unleash American energy and make the United States a global leader in energy exports. One interesting angle AI mentioned was voter sentiment and campaign strategy. Trump's team targeted voters who felt left out by progressive policies, particularly in rural areas and swing states. By emphasizing economic recovery and job security, Trump's campaign connected with a wide base beyond traditional party lines. Harris, meanwhile, faced the challenge of defending policies that some felt didn't bring immediate relief, especially in terms of job creation and cost of living. So AI's big takeaway is that Trump's win was fueled by a mix of pro-business promises, economic stability, support for crypto, and a laser focus on American jobs. and the stock market had already been signaling this outcome with gains in sectors that stood to benefit. But as AI pointed out, the real question now is whether Trump's promises will translate into actual policies that drive growth, or if there are surprises down the road. So if you're like me and want to see how these policies unfold, especially in the markets and crypto, don't forget to subscribe. AI's analysis shows that this term could bring some big game-changing shifts. Thanks for tuning in.